All right. You all can go ahead and refresh. I just updated the title and I also uploaded the thumbnail. We're going to be taking our time. Oh god, they're creating a lot of bussy, but I cannot right now. Hey, Kelly, did you get all of your items yet? All right, here we go, y'all. Here we go. All right, get ready. Sing it with me now. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Hey, 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 hey. Into my room. Boom, 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 boom. Boom into my room. Boom, 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 boom. Boom into my room. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom into my room. All right. Somebody's ready for the boondoggle. Listen, we got to get live on these platforms. Welcome in, everybody. You know what? I had to restart my computer to make sure we had a fresh connection, and our web captions are off, but welcome in. Hey, 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 hey. Let me get my web captioning on. Boom, 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 boom. Boom into my... Hey, 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 all right, you know what? Let's go ahead and get into this. All right. We are live on LinkedIn. We are live on Twitter. And we are live on Facebook. Come on. Come on. Hey, hey, hey. All right, everybody, listen. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right. Get cozy and get comfortable. That is what I'm talking about. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am your host. I am your host, Tanya TKO. And today we're going to be talking about Fresh and Fit again. I had to really build up my resistance to be able to come out with the energy because these two really drain me. And I felt that this video was important. I'm making this video for young men and women who watch my channel. I'm making this video because I know that their base is going to come over, and I'm hoping that they'll listen to what it is that I'm saying because I am a woman. I understand female psychology, and I want people to be together. I want people to get together, and I want people to have healthy relationships. And what Fresh and Fit are doing is they are leading men towards a path that is going to ultimately lead them to being single. Fresh and Fit, I'm going to play some videos for you all, but these men are terribly inexperienced. They don't know what they're doing. They don't have a history of healthy relationships. The short little froggy one, he is a trick himself. I'm going to play this video, and I want you all to just brace yourselves. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy that you all are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. I'm trying something new with my makeup. Tell me what you think about it. Yeah, let me know if you think it looks, well, I know it looks good. But nonetheless, let's get into this video right here. All right. So you all remember that Fresh and Fit were on Flagrant 2 speaking with other men. And you remember they were docile and submissive to these other men. It was actually really embarrassing to watch. But I want you to take a look and see how these men, how they try to educate Fresh and Fish, right? Frog and Fish, well, however you want to refer to them, right? They try to educate them, but they are, I don't know if they are beyond help or whatnot, but I'll play it for you all so that you all can see. We're going to be breaking this up because
with the podcast. Like, I think you guys are more like a life coaching space and like helping guys become the best version of themselves.
Yeah. A lot of stuff you guys say in general, I think is stuff that's kind of childish. Okay. It is. I saw a clip where you were like, oh, the nuclear family's falling apart. What do? I don't get married. Just don't get married. You're actually trying to help men, or you talking to fucking incels who are 18 years old? You know what I mean? That's some shit you say to college. I'm going to turn you from a simp to a pimp.
This one right here on the left, Sing, he hits hard, and he hits, when he hits, he hits them with truth. And the truth is so potent that they can't even fight against it. They just have to cower and just be like, well, that's your opinion. But for the most part, they took all of them punches and all of those blows because they knew that what the man was saying was, they knew that what he was saying was truth. I'm going to play that again for you because I feel that that's an important part that you need to hear and listen to. Who it is that he's talking to, who the base is. And his base are young men who are hoping to have relationships. You're going to listen to some troubling details that they describe themselves. And I want you to think, because if their goal is to have healthy relationships, I want you to see how these men who are married and who have experience, what they're trying to educate them about on this show. So let's continue. Let me rewind that for you all so you can jump into that again.
With the podcast. Like, I think you guys are more like a life coaching space and like helping guys become the best version of themselves.
Yeah. A lot of stuff you guys say in general, I think is stuff that's kind of childish. Okay. It is. I saw a clip where you were like, oh, the nuclear family's falling apart. What do? I don't get married. Just don't get married. You're actually trying to help men, or you talking to fucking incels who are 18 years old? You know what I mean? That's some shit you say to college. I'm going to turn you from a simp to a pimp. All right, bro. Can we grow up? You guys are self-help. Hey, we're trying to help men. So either we're funny or help men and be real and be honest with yourselves and don't have an ego like, oh, I have a preference. Be honest. Have an honest conversation. And I don't think the manosphere or maniverse or whatever, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think there are people who are doing it really well. The roommates, Hafiz, that's who put me on to you guys. Great. But let's just be mature about what we feel. And part of that maturity is, it was a bad joke. I don't actually feel exactly that way.
I mean, if you guys feel that way, that's fine. But we
Respectfully.
make our content. You know what I'm saying? People enjoy it. We make jokes on it.
I look at it as, you watch them you see them evolutionary charts from Neanderthal to Homo sapien.
Yeah.
Y'all are the first motherfucker out of Neanderthal.
I don't believe he said this to their damn faces. These are fighting words. That is not a compliment. That's not a compliment. He's talking about how these, you know what? I can't. You all need to hear that again, because this man really played no games with these boys. They played no games. Well, Singh played no games. Schultz, on the other hand.
I look at it as, you watch them you see them evolutionary charts from Neanderthal to Homo sapien.
Yeah.
Y'all are the first motherfucker out of Neanderthal. But grow with your audience. Mature with your audience as you work on yourselves and add some nuance to what you're saying.
How old are you guys?
29.
Listen,
29 and
I'm 31.
30.
the short one is 29. The long, brown-skinned one, he's 31. I just want you to keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind, okay?
On yourselves and add some nuance to what you're saying.
How old are you guys?
29.
29 and
I'm 31.
31. It was corny because I thought it was weird that if you thought you had so much value, you would have to devalue a woman for her to see value in you. And I was like, nah, this is whack. Like, there's other ways to do it. Like, if you actually have...
Oh, my God. You know what? I hate to keep interrupting this because it's so potent that you all need to hear each and every bit of it. However, I want to add my commentary, and I do want to add that this was an hour-and-a-half podcast that I had to listen to several times to be able to take the pieces out. So please, please support the content that supports you. This video is resource intensive because it took a lot to be able to go through and pull out the pieces that I felt were the most important parts that you needed to hear in order to understand their psychology, their pathology, the fallacies that they speak, the holes in their dating advice. And when other men confront them, men who have had successful relationships, both of these men are married. The guy on the left right here is married. This guy over here is married. And these two fools in the middle of the sandwich, this guy is tricking right here. He's going on to these websites. Seeking arrangements websites, looking for girls who are looking for men to spend money on them in exchange for a relationship, interactions, affections, or whatnot. And he's spending big dough to be able to get girls to be interested in him, girls that would not have been interested in him had they not done that. They're constantly talking about the things that they're going to display in the video. And listen, I stop the video here often. If that's not your stilo, if you're not really feeling that, that's fine. But my commentary is important. Otherwise, you could just go to the channel and just watch the video yourself. So here, let's continue.
Value, you would have to devalue a woman for her to see value in you. And I was like, nah, this is whack. Like, there's other ways to do it. Like, if you actually have value, like, she's going to figure that out if you spend enough time with her. That was at least my philosophy on the book. Right? Took certain guys who could never fucking get laid and got them to a point where they could get laid. And ideally, with that tool, they could learn how to not misuse it. And I think that's the same with like dudes who don't know how to fight. They want to posture up and beat up everybody, right?
Yep.
And if you go to a fucking boxing gym, never one of those dudes try to start a fight with you.
And I'll say this, what our channel does is like we help guys prepare themselves to kind of like
you don't think so,
deal
Al?
with women
No,
in general.
not at all.
I actually thought of that.
Have you
book.
been to a boxing gym?
No. I'm talking about that book.
I thought about that
do you
book
think
with
people?
So what they're talking about right now, listen, oh gosh, somebody is already having to go to the block party. All right. What they're talking about right now is this book that came out in the early 2000s called The Game. And The Game was written by Neil Strauss, who was this quote unquote pickup artist. And this guy gave all of these tips on how to get into the psychology of women in order to get the women to sleep with you, right? And one of the things that I always felt was a blind side of that book is okay, so after you pantomime all of these movements and all of these gestures and postures and all of this other stuff, and you get a woman to be interested in you, even interested in sleeping with you, what do you do after that? Because if their audience are 18-year-old insults, and I'm going to do a follow-up video to give you a view of the men who actually watch his channel. So like some of these guys are young, they have the potential to be good guys, and they have the potential to have really great relationships, but Fresh and Fish, they're leading these men into the abyss. They're leading these men into an area where they're going to end up alone, because there are a few different fallacies there are a few different logical fallacies in the ways that these men think. They feel that if you treat a woman poorly, and a lot of guys think this, if you treat a woman poorly, she'll like you, right? She'll be more interested in you because women like thugs and bad boys and all this and the other. No. Damaged people who have not done their internal healing seek out relationships that feel comfortable for them. And you can't have a healthy relationship with a person who is not coming from a space of internal health, psychological health. And anybody who enjoys being mistreated is not a person who can give you a healthy relationship, who can be a healthy mother to your children. And if these guys are just interested in just going out there and having intercourse, after a while, even that becomes empty. And that transference of power actually really shows that women are the prize, that women are on the top of this food chain, and that they give deference and homage to women in the premise. So the premise is, I'm going to get a lot of women to sleep with me because sleeping with these women validates me in some sort of way, right? Which means that the validation is held within the womb in, so that once she gives favor to you, that now you have a greater sense of worth. And this only perpetuates a man's lack of self-worth, because he, in everything that he is doing, is indicating that he feels that he is the stain, that his body does not really have much value, that the real valuable body is the woman's body, because in that exchange, she is the loser by touching him. We'll get into that a little bit more of that later, but we'll continue forward for now.
But really going to learn those tools and then have the wherewithal to learn not to misuse it.
No, I think first start to get laid, you're like, oh shit, I could like have sex with women. I go out to the bar and it's kind of like up to me. Holy shit, this is fucking amazing. And then I think eventually you start going, okay, I don't need to kind of misuse this in a crazy way. I'm feeling something else. Or you start, if you're really honest with yourself, you find out what you're feeling with that pussy. Because you gotta.
Some people make that realization. Others might never, and just continue to use those coercion techniques to get women. And then that's why women think so shitty of those types of men.
And I will say this in their defense, that is kind of
that whole picture.
But that's not their responsibility.
Yeah,
exactly. Like
they're still probably helping more people than they hurt. I do think, as you have sustained listeners, they're gonna. Again, the end of the book is why I thought of them. The end of the book, whether it's Cap or not, the guy basically just realizes it's kind of empty.
In today's dating marketplace, the way dating is between men and women, girls have a crazy upper hand. You know what I'm saying? And we've talked about this with how the world's changed with Instagram, online dating apps, etc. Women really have all their leverage when it comes to dating and relationships nowadays. So what we teach guys is to kind of go into this fight that you're talking about and be prepared. Most women are using rocket launchers, and guys are going in there either bare fists or with butter knives, right? They don't really know what they're doing. So
all right. So, Schultz on the right is going to call them out on this BS, but I just want you all to pay special mention. These guys, this dude, Fudl, Amrou Fudl, the one on the left who calls himself Myron Gaines. Amrou Fudl is 6'4", according to a biography that I saw online. He's 6'4". He works out, so he has all of these muscles, right? And he is still considering an interaction with a woman whose hormones give her a disproportionate, compared to men, a disproportionate amount of fatty deposits. Her physical strength is less than his, right? Even at the same body size, men are 33% stronger, right? And he's talking about going into a fight as if this woman, I mean, you think about this, he's talking about knives and butter knives and this fight. And this is a really, the language is dangerous. The ideology is dangerous, and it's not helpful. What fight is he talking about?
We tell them, listen, man, you got to understand how women operate, how they think, etc. And a lot of girls finesse guys. So we teach guys female nature, how to understand how women communicate versus how men communicate, how to get what you want out of relationships without getting finessed. Because the thing between men and women is that men are trying to get sex, women are trying to get money, time, attention, resources, whatever. And both genders are leveraging, right, their assets.
I just want you to listen to that premise. Men are trying to get sex. Women are trying to get money, time, resources, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? And he's talking about not getting finessed. Someone's saying my camera is not crisp and clear. My camera is actually very crisp, very high resolution. If you're having some sort, I'm looking at, my connection is strong, everything is going great. No dropped frames, we're doing well. So I lost my train of thought now. I lost my train of thought. Okay. This is what I thought, that this point was really important. Who is it that these guys are going after? They're not going after the good girls. They're not going after the girls who are probably a good fit for them. They don't want those girls. And then the thing is that they're trying to make this, they're trying to posit as if girls are out there on the trove, right? But it's like, if you're going to an Instagram baddies page and she has all of these men fawning all over her and all of this other stuff, the thing about it is, you're going to get finessed. Let me tell you something. There is nothing that Myron gains, that Amrou Fudl and this dude see this fresh. There's really nothing that they can tell you that will offset the power. Let me tell you something. The power of a woman's femininity, the power of a woman's beauty, and the way that that feminine essence can overtake a man. What you can do, because I'm going to tell you, if you go out there with these tools, trying to arm yourself to fight women, this is a ridiculous thought in and of itself, right? Without really truly going out there and trying to figure out, how do you fine tune yourself for a long-term relationship, right? If you're just out there looking for the exchange from a woman who is trained herself in how to be out there on the trove, you cannot, because there will be a woman whose beauty will overpower you and whose interacting with her will subdue you, and whose essence, the conversation she has, the energy she exudes, the relationship that you have with her, that will tame you. It will knock you back in your seat. And if you are constantly attempting to date out of your league with a woman that they're describing, there's really, if you are not, listen, I don't really think that listen, the best that you can do, and I'm telling you from a woman's standpoint, the best that you can do is really learn how to be a good person, a good man to the right woman, and not go out there trying to get the woman that all of these other men are trying to get. It's like men set themselves up for failure because they go out there. Listen, they don't understand. Listen, the right pussy. Let me tell you, the right pussy will have you acting out of fucking character. You want to talk about going out there and not getting got? You go out there with one of these well-trained twats. Listen, it will clamp down on you and make you move to another country, make you alleviate yourself from your family. Listen, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm being ignorant right now, but not really. Because I know, I know the thing about it is, look, I'm sorry. I'm gonna just keep going. I'm just keep going because you know what, you guys, sometimes some things you just have to live to understand, and you're gonna go out there and can you imagine? I just want you to imagine this. Right? Listen. I just want you to imagine some of these men using some of their tactics in hopes of getting close to a woman, right? And coming upon a woman that they find to be extraordinarily beautiful. Like trying to calm yourself and be still your heart on the inside, especially when she has a dope personality and you enjoy spending time with her and you think you're going in there and you think that you're getting over, but listen, son, you're done. And because you don't have the foundation to really maintain that relationship, sooner or later, like you're going to get got, because women have the innate ability to really be able to sniff out a man who is truly alpha. Like me, seeing these dudes, I know that these dudes are beta, because I know what real men who really stand firmly rooted in their masculine are like, and this is not it. Myron has he has pencil dick energy. Amrou Fudl. I mean, he was. I saw a podcast with him talking about fighting an intruder. Really, he looked like he would break his wrist. He looked like he would break his wrist windmilling on somebody. Who in here really thinks that Fudl has what it takes to really truly protect any woman and himself? Come on. Anyway, let's just continue.
To get the other commodity from the other without necessarily giving up their asset.
All right.
Men want to get
sorry.
Women are trying to get money, time, attention, resources, whatever, and both genders are leveraging, right, their asset to get the other commodity from the other without necessarily giving up their asset. Men want to get the box without necessarily having to go on dates and spend money. Girls want to get the money and the dates without necessarily giving up box. So it's a delicate dance between the two where you're going to try to, get what you want out of dating. And unfortunately, most guys don't know how to navigate this properly, you know? So that's what we teach guys, to basically fight fire with fire, because girls are playing the game. Girls are finessing guys. We have a whole sugar daddy epidemic going on right now. We have got a bunch of girls finessing dudes. So we teach guys how to fight fire with fire, honestly. And, you got to know what you're doing when you deal with women, because they're playing the game. So you got to play it as well.
But here's the thing. I got to get pushed back on that, because here's the thing. I don't think that every girl that you're meeting is trying to finesse. I do understand what you're saying. Not every. And I think most, to be honest with you, like if you're charming and you're down to have a good time and have fun, they want to have fun too. I think most women are dealing with such boring guys that if you're an actual guy that's funny and entertaining, their eyes light up and they're so down to enjoy your time and your company. And I think most women are actually entering these relationships insecure. They're going to fuck it up. They're going to be, oh, am I going to be too clingy? Should I not call him every 3 days? I think it's actually like to a guy's detriment to think of women as these people that you're fighting, so to say. Like, these women are more nervous than you. Once a woman likes you, she's terrified she's gonna fuck it up. She's calling her friends, she's calling her father, she's calling her mother.
Man, you got to get to that point. So like the
That
thing
point
is
is a 30-minute conversation.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna
here's the
marry
thing.
this guy.
Hold on.
I just want you all to pay attention to that really quickly, because I'm a woman and I know what it's like. And I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist. I'm a life coach with a specialty in relationship coaching. And I know girls are so hopeful. They meet a guy who has the right energy, the right conversation. If he has the right je ne sais quoi that she's looking for, she's matching up her last name after the first damn date. Am I lying? If I am telling the truth, I want you to go put up the number 1. Put up the number 1 if I'm telling the truth. After the first date, she's trying to see how her name would sound with his last name. First date. If I'm lying, put up the number 1. If you know that I'm telling the truth, go ahead and put up the number 2. I want to see your answers. Go ahead. Let's see. Go ahead. Let's see. I want to see. There's a little bit of a delay, so we're going to wait for the numbers to come in, right? But yeah, I know what it's like out there. All right. Oh my goodness. I forgot which numbers I said to do. Is it 1 if I'm telling the truth? 2 if, oh God, I forgot the numbers. I guess 1 is for telling the truth. Oh my Lord, we're gonna have to do the survey again. My bad. I should have, in the replay, listen, in the replay, we'll have the numbers for sure, but let's just jump. Listen, let's wipe that. Let's wipe it. Forget it. Let's wipe it and do the survey again. I'm sorry. My bad. Let's do the survey again. Let's do the survey again. All right? If you know that I am telling the truth, put up the number 3. Okay? If you know I'm telling the truth, put up the number 3. If I'm lying, put up the number 4. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we have here. All right. We're going to, there's a little bit of a delay for the numbers to come in, but if you know that I'm telling the truth, put up a 3. No. We're doing different numbers now. Because I messed the last one up. Go ahead and put up a number 3, right? No, you all are still doing 1s. It's all right, though. Let's see. All right. There. All right. So it's coming in. All right. A. Okay. So you all know women are so hopeful and women are so relationship oriented. It's like you see it in the lesbian community. They say that for lesbians, the second date is the moving truck, because women are ready. They're ready to couple up. They're ready to be in relationships. They're ready. So if you are a man who is not very experienced with women, right? You're going to go out there and you're going to get hurt listening to their you're going to get hurt listening to their, thank you for participating in the survey. You're going to go out there and you're going to get hurt listening to their points of views, because for a woman, let me tell you, you cannot out finesse a woman who is just purely out there for the finesse, because there is going to be a woman who you're going to like and you're going to get got, because men just do not have the ability. I'm sorry, you lack the ability. Men generally lack the ability to be able to combat a woman's feminine power. This is why books like the Bible and other religious texts throughout the ages have attempted to squelch women's femininity. It's very powerful. And a woman's femininity can get a man to do all types of stuff he'd never dreamed himself doing. So this is why I say, go out there, really, truly looking for a person whom you can build with, who you can settle down with. It's like if you are attempting to determine your worth through a woman's vagina, you've already lost. You've lost. You've lost because your worth doesn't come from there. How many women you sleep with, how many women you can convince to have intercourse with you. Okay, and then after you climax, right? What is left there underneath all of that? First of all, the best intercourse comes when you really have a true connection with a person. Everybody knows that. Anybody with experience knows that. We'll talk some more. I don't want to be verbose. Well, I am already verbose.
Here's the thing: most dudes are invisible to most girls.
Yeah.
Women only see a small percentage of men.
Top guys.
Most guys are virtually invisible to them. That's the reality.
So
I
if you-
think if you enter in with that mentality, that's how you're gonna see it. But I think if you enter with the mentality like nobody should be invisible to me, I'm the fucking shit. That girl's gonna figure that
Of
out.
course, but we gotta accept reality.
Yeah, so you see, the dude right here on the right, he doesn't really understand. So Schultz is like, I'm the shit. They're gonna see that. They're gonna F with me because he's coming at it from how he has been accustomed to interacting with women. There are a lot of men who are invisible to women. There are a lot of men who are invisible to women. And the only thing that I can say to that is you've got to do the things on the inside. One of the main things is getting your mind right, and getting your mind right through healing your past traumas, getting psychotherapy. You have an advantage as a man because that testosterone helps you build muscle faster. So work out, get a nutritionist. Like if you have the money to be tricking on girls and taking care of a family and all of that, if you have the money, hire a nutritionist, hire a personal trainer, work on your body. Let your external be a reflection of that stuff that's going on the inside. Let it be a reflection of that. And it is. Your being out of shape is a reflection of something that's happening inside. Invest in fixing up your mind, going on a retreat where you go on a juice fast and work with a personal trainer and sweat it out and recalibrate, because there's a lot of trauma going on underneath a lot of us, and we've got to get to the root of that trauma. And so, yes, I know. I have a very close associate who feels that he is invisible to women, right? And the thing about it is, he comes in with the belief that he's invisible, and it becomes the self-fulfilling prophecy. Also, yes, he's very shy. He's overweight, and he doesn't feel worthy of being seen. When it comes to going out and networking, when it comes to doing the things on the inside to find his worth, he's not doing those things. He doesn't go out, he doesn't network, he doesn't develop his personality, he doesn't become accustomed to talking with women and letting his personality flourish and flow, because this is the thing, right? And I have to be very honest with you. I have to be honest with you. If you are going out there, you're not very experienced with women, you are listening to these guys, and you're going out there attempting to have intercourse with multiple women as they try to tell you that you can have intercourse with 3 women in a night and all this, that, and the other, right? If you don't have the type of swag, the type of swagger, the type of energy, if you don't have the pheromonic scent that a woman can smell and be like, oh, my jeans would be a good match with this person. If you have holes that are not yet patched up, and you go out there into a sexual exchange with a woman, you will lose, because there will be a pussy out there that will be the snapper that'll clap down on you, and you will not be able to disentangle yourself from it. You will not. And you will be out there giving up everything that you have and everything that you have earned because her skill in finessing, her sexual skill, her courtesanship far outweighs where it is that you are. And if you don't have the type of skill that comes with being a male finesser yourself, you're going to be the loser of that exchange. I don't know how to explain that any better. I really don't know how to explain that, because I know that there are women out there who can be very vicious when it comes to chewing men up. And a woman may go in thinking, oh yeah, well, this guy got the swag, I want to have intercourse with him or whatnot. And there'll be things that you'll do that will let her know that it was just a facade, and she'll be on to the next. And you will be left there wanting, fiending.
Reality.
Yeah,
that,
it's
that, a
reality.
lot
That
of
is
girls-
reality.
That is
Hold on.
reality.
So let me just add this, right?
Yeah.
So your point of view is from your experience, right?
Yeah.
We talk to guys and girls every night, every single day. We're actually in the dating field every day, dating apps, sugar sites. We're in there in the field, learning real time. So when we give advice regarding this topic, bro, it's like we're in the field with girls right now.
In Miami.
In Miami. So like his experience and him saying this is because we see guys suffering. That you know the hardest part? They don't know what to do. They're out here.
I
they want to
agree.
get girls. They know what to do. So imagine
So
a
you
girl
teach
that's
them to
a
trick girls into giving them
a
pussy?
girl that's capable and knows what she's doing.
That's unfair.
Meets a guy that doesn't know what he's doing. She's gonna take advantage. It's just human nature.
Well, why? I don't think she'll
And-
take advantage, to be honest with you. I think she just won't be interested. And I think that if we look at
That's the
women,
problem, though.
Yeah, but if we look at women like predators,
Yeah.
that's a bad perception for a guy who's trying to find a woman that he wants to marry. Like for me, I'm trying to find a girl I want to marry, right? So I can't go into a relationship with someone that I'm about to trust with my life and my kid's life as, oh, this girl's a predator. She's trying to get over me. She's trying to figure it out, right? I have to go in open, and then I actually have to go in going, oh my shit, do I really like this girl? Is this person I want to spend the rest of my life with? I know that she would want to spend the rest of her life with me because I'm a great guy.
Well, we tell guys to go in with
Open
defense.
mind.
And here's the thing too, guys.
Yeah.
But why are they
we're
so
in a-
defensive? Why are they scared? It's like,
You gotta be aware.
So we're in a
do
unique
they?
position.
It's not the forest, bro.
We're in a
You're
very
the
unique-
lion, but you teaching them like they the fucking gazelle.
Yeah.
Like,
And there we have it. He says you're the lion, but you're teaching them like they are the effing gazelle, right? That is a word right there. That is a word.
we the lions out here, bro.
Most women are delusional of where they think they stand, and most guys underrepresent themselves of where they think. So girls have an overinflated sense of ego for the most part, because we ask them all the time. We actually have a delusion calculator we use. And we ask them, hey, what type of guy are you looking for? And when they put in their ideal man, every single time, he's in the top 1% pretty much. Very rare, We're talking well over 6 feet, over $100,000 per year, not married, not obese, etc.
Not weird.
Yeah. So
You asked the ideal.
no, of course, but they all think that they deserve that as well, is what I'm trying to say. They say that's what they want, and they feel that they deserve it as well.
Don't you guys
Right?
think you
So-
deserve your preferences?
Yeah.
No, well,
Here's problem. Good.
so, but these girls are not necessarily in a position to demand that kind of man when there's not enough of these guys to go around. You get what I'm saying? And then the thing is with that guy is that guy has the leverage, not necessarily the women, because once you get to a certain point as a guy, you now actually have the leverage where you're the commodity versus her. She's just an attractive younger girl, but there's plenty of girls like that. So that's what we've kind of found. And
Y'all
they didn't
didn't have-
quest to be terrified.
Nah.
We tell them to go in and understand how women think, how they operate, and put yourself in a defensive position where you're vetting the girl.
Yeah, but
She's
that's
gotta-
just-
You hear that? So he's trying to arm men to go out there into the dating field in a defensive position. Listen, part of the issue is that they are fishing from a pool of girls who are a particular type, right? The type of girl who is out there And I'm trying to study is saying he's preaching, but he's not. Because what he's doing is he's speaking about a very particular type of young lady. And that particular type of young lady is a very small portion of the population. She is the type of young lady who is coming into contact with people like these because that is what their energy attracts. And it is a very lonely, sad, pathetic lifestyle to put yourself in a position where you numb yourself to pain because you numb yourself to pleasure. And it is a pathetic existence to be out there, never allowing your heart to be able to feel for another human being, to never be able to let go and relinquish control and release yourself into that experience. It's like you would have only half lived. You would have only half lived if you go out there arming yourself to remain cold and unmoved. And I am telling you that there's really, let's just go. I was going to say there's really nothing that you can do for or to the type of woman who is really out there on the trove looking to exchange what it is that she got for the most that she can get. And eventually those women do grow up and they do go and they settle down. But when they're in that phase and in that state, you really can't. You cannot tame a woman like that. You better just go ahead and find a woman who is your steez and your speed. And I don't understand why men just, please help somebody. Can someone help me understand why men just won't go for women who are in their bracket, who are comparable to how they look and present, who are leading a lifestyle that is similar to the ones that they are leading. I wonder, can somebody explain that to me? I really want to know why. I really want to know that. I want to know.
Point, why are you in a defensive position? So
From a scarcity
Because they're
mindset,
desperation.
Yeah.
how they operate, and put yourself in a defensive position where you're vetting the girl.
yeah, but
She's
that's
gotta
his point.
comply.
Why are you in a
Can I-
defensive position? So
From a scarcity
Because they're
mindset,
desperation,
and,
yeah.
and let
they're
me
nervous.
let me prove myself to her. Blah blah blah. They kind of fall into the Disney fairy tale.
We should prove ourselves initially. We have to. They have the pussy. If we don't prove ourselves, we can't enter. That's the game.
Here's the thing. I respectfully disagree with that to a degree.
I disagree.
Because she's gonna know that from
Can't
like
have
meeting
sex
and
with you
talking
without you willing to be have sex with me.
But
Like,
that's done-
It's gonna be like, oh my god, this
We
guy's
told
so
guys
much
never
fun.
be in a friend zone. Get out.
Yeah. Let's be real, Angelo. Think about it,
Yeah,
right?
I think I agree with you. I think
I don't have a problem with that.
I think that that's smart. I think the problem with the friend zone is I think with guys is dishonest on our behalf.
Yeah,
Very, for sure.
I don't
Very,
think you
for
should
sure.
ever lie about your intent, but I think that you can respect if that person isn't interested. But as long as you continue to know, like, hey, listen, I like you and I think that you're great. And if you don't like me, that's fine. I'm not going to put any pressure. But please know, like, that's why I want to hang out with you.
But let's be real here. When a girl meets you for the first time, right? She already knows if she's gonna fuck you or not.
Facts.
So you playing games with her. Oh, let's see what happens, bro. She already knows.
I think that's some shit
That's
we
not
say.
true.
I don't think
It
that's
is
true.
true.
not true.
100%.
Matter of fact,
That's not
Let's do a survey on that. Dara's crazy. Let's do a survey on that. Women, the numbers are 4 and 5. If you know, no. Let's do 4, 5, and 6, right? If you know for certain within the first 30 seconds, the first minute of meeting a man, whether or not you're going to sleep with him, right? If you know that for certain, put up the number 4. If you don't know, listen, if you don't know, right? Put up, wait. Ugh. Let's see. If you don't know, hold on. Let me get this up. I'm trying to get this is on the spot. If you know that you're going to sleep with him the moment that you meet him, go ahead and put up the number 4. If you can be convinced one way or the other, maybe you will, maybe you won't, put up a 5. If you know for certain that you will not sleep with him, when you first meet him, put up a 6. You can put up multiple numbers. You can put up 5 and 6, or you can just put up 6 or 4. So come. I want to see what the numbers are. Come on, let's see. Let's see what the numbers are. Come on. All right. Okay. A, 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 A. All right, we see 5 and 6. Okay. A, 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 A. All right. 6. All right. These are some honest numbers. I appreciate this. 4 or 6. Okay. Really? Okay. 5 and 6? Depending on the situation? Okay. 4 and 6. Okay. A. 16 more seconds. Get your answers in. Okay. Okay, so I hope these answers were able to shed some light to the men who are in the comments. And I'm just going to tell you from a woman's point of view, as a woman myself, right? There are some men that you meet and they have a look or a scent or whatever it is that you are really feeling, and you would consider, yes, you would consider having intercourse with him if things turned out to be right. Yes, if things turned out to be right. And then on the back end of that, there are some guys you meet and you can tell, listen, women have an olfactory sense. Listen, I study evolutionary biology, evolutionary psychology. Women have a distinct sense of smell for any man who's been in a relationship with a woman, a long-term relationship, or even a long-distance relationship. She'll ask for your sweatshirt or something of yours that she can smell, because a woman has a superior sense of smell, which can smell your DNA. If your DNA is too close to hers, you'll smell repulsive to her. If your DNA is a good match to produce children who would have superior immune systems, right? You'll smell delicious to her. So if your scent is off, if your immune system is too close to her own, she will not be aroused by you. Not like if she meets you, she gets that those pheromones in her olfactory sense, and she will not be aroused by you. She will not. And that is okay. It's nothing that you did. It's not your fault. It's just not a good match. It's not a good match. And so for most cases, I'm going to tell you, most cases, there is no guarantee. There really is no guarantee on pussy. You got to do what you need to do, because you can start out really, really, really attracted to a guy. You can even start out and have intercourse with him. If, let's say, you just see, the thing that these guys don't understand is that women also enjoy pleasure. This is why they attempt to shame women, because sometimes you just want some release, right? And then it could be something that you do, a thing that you say, a way that she see you walk, the way your clothes are draped on you, the way your belly is hanging over on the table, and she just will be turned off. She'll just be turned off. And we gotta check the apples. So nothing is worse than a smelly dusty. Listen, I'm not even talking about a bad scent. I'm talking about a scent that you cannot smell. It goes into your olfactory nerves, and you just, for whatever reason, is not turned on by his scent, right? Then the milk goes bad. No guarantee on this. True. No guarantee on that. So what is that I hear? All right. So let's check the apple that has come in. Khadijah says, what did pork and rinds do now? You are so funny, Philly. Let's see if there's, I just want to make sure that we got all of them while we are in it. All right. Let's see. All right. If you want to send an apple, support the show, and have your comment read on air, the link to send the Cash App is in the description of this video. All right. Let's jump back into this whole fresh and fit foolishness.
I have another
with
friend,
Boondoggle.
not a great looking guy. Shouts to Real Battle. I hope you're watching. He said, every girl I've ever fucked said, I didn't think I was going to fuck you.
Yep.
And he goes, I know.
Well, here's
Every
the thing.
girl.
There
Yeah.
might be exceptions to the rules. But average women, girls that are very average,
Yeah.
expect that they deserve a man that's well above average.
Good,
and that's
they
kind of
should.
where it's skewed.
Aren't you teaching men to expect the same thing?
To what do you mean? As far as like to get the best
You're
girl that
not
they can
teaching
get?
men to expect mediocrity. You're teaching men to expect the best thing. So what's wrong with these girls wanting to expect
No, they
more?
can have their standards, but man, come on, let's be honest.
Be
Does every
delusional
girl-
in life.
Yeah, exactly.
When y'all
Does
decide to have
every
a
girl
podcast, right?
deserve,
But
you
think,
know-
when you decide to have a podcast and enter this podcasting space, right? You
Problem, you got women 40 plus with no kids, with cats and dogs, home miserable. Why is that? Delusional. At some point, you have to be realistic.
Nah, there's other reasons. It's not.
All right. This is the part I really wanted to talk about right here. I really wanted to talk about this. How many of you out there, how many of you out there think that there is any 40-year-old woman who has contacted them and said, I'm at home, I'm 40 plus, I'm alone, and I got cats, and I'm lonely. If you know no woman has contacted them to have this conversation, go ahead and put up the 0. I want to see. If you know no woman has contacted them, but why do they post this rhetoric? They post this rhetoric because they want to try to scare women. This is part of the reason that we have so many men out there who come online and they're like, that's why you're single, right? That's why you're single. You don't got no man. You're not married, and this, that, and the other. People know that women who are single by choice. There's somebody out there who wants her. There's somebody. But they want to try to use these scare tactics and be like, you're going to be 40 and alone with cats. Trust and believe, motherfucker. Trust and believe. If there's a 40-year-old woman at home with cats, she is at home with cats because she felt that a cat was a better alternative to your ass. Listen. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? She is at home because she didn't want to be with you. She would rather stroke the fur of a little kitty at home or go walking with her dog and her companion than be with you. Because most women can get somebody out there for them. But what is the quality of that relationship? Part of the issue that I see in so many of these spaces, right, is that these men are coming at it like, oh, just get any relationship, just be in any relationship, be with anyone. And people don't seem to understand that gone are the days where a woman has to be sitting there, I was going to say, slitting her part of her body, but I'm just going to say, gone are the days that a woman has to go stick her head in the oven and hope to inhale some fumes so she could leave this effing life because she doesn't want to be with you and you're her only alternative. Gone are those damn days where she's stuck because being a single mother in those times was worse than staying in an unhealthy relationship, right? Part of the issue is that people are not teaching men how to be good partners, and then far too many of them are making terrible partners, and they're driving the women that they want away. And women don't want to be with them. They don't want to stay with them. They lose the women, and the woman goes off and she's with somebody else. And you're there alone. It is more likely that a man will be old and alone than a woman who doesn't want to be. Men have a greater chance of being old, alone, not having anybody, because when she told him what she needed, he was listening to fools like this. Men who were keeping him single. Men who are teaching him not to care about a woman, not to relent, to go out there and think that men can't cheat, that they have intercourse, that it's women who cheat. And you're going to go out there and you're going to ruin a good thing. They're going to tell you that a woman who has had intercourse with other men, that she's trash. A woman who has children is trash, and all this other stuff. And you're going to go out there and you're going to miss out on your blessing. You're going to destroy the blessing that you have, and you're going to end up alone. And somebody else is going like that. Like you worried. Listen, it just doesn't make any sense. This whole used car thing that they try to talk about with a woman's vagina. I own a diesel truck, and my diesel truck has over 200,000 miles on it. They say that there are particular types of trucks that don't even open up, under certain types of diesel trucks that don't even open up until you get over 100,000 miles. That's when you really get that good power, that you get that good lubrication, that you get that good performance. They got some trucks out there that are nicknamed the 1,000,000-mile trucks because you cannot deteriorate them. They just get better. They pull, they tow, they got so much hauling power. And these men are attempting, listen, let me tell you something. These men are attempting to say that if you have had intercourse, that if you are skilled in the art of intercourse, that you have low worth. You only shooting yourself in the foot, because there's going to be some good pussy gal that's going to come and grip on your dick, spin around on that shit, and dip, bunk it, flip it, jiggle it down on you, because she got those skills. And you going to be like, oh, but she's been with other men. And she's going to, in your insecure ass, she's going to take those skills and go monkey on someone else's stick. And you're going to be left there sweating at night. The damn sheets stuck to your balls and back as you toss and turn, trying to figure out where that woman is and who's with her right now. Because you just can't, you're fibrillating. Your heart is beating out your chest. You can't stop thinking about her. Water's leaking out your eyes. Your penis is craving her in the night. You're having dreams about her. You're releasing out onto your sheets and all of this. And you don't know what to do with your goddamn self, because now she's with the next man enjoying all of those skills that you thought she was too used up to use on you. Please, 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 please.
Delusion.
No, they are.
But it's not their delusion that makes them.
Their standards. They're crazy.
Yeah, they might actually
that's the
have
problem.
issues in their life.
Girls that are young have these same standards too. And the thing is, they go through life living their 20s, having fun, but then when they get 30 plus, like, wait, I can't find a man. Why is that?
But what's the problem? They can't get married. The institution that y'all don't even want to partake in.
No, they believe.
Oh, I just want you all to hear this right now. Oh my God. I gotta pause the video so that you all, oh yeah, driving past your house in the night and sweating and over there calling, crying on the phone and all of that, but that's neither here nor there. I want you all to really, truly pay attention. This is what I want you all to pay attention to, right? I want you all to pay attention, because this part was so important. And I'm gonna get into it right now, and some of your feelings are gonna be hurt from what it is that I say.
Space, right?
You got women 40 plus with no kids, with cats and dogs, home miserable. Why is that? Delusional. At some point, you have to be realistic.
No, there's other reasons. It's not delusion.
No, they are.
But it's not their delusion that makes them.
Their standards. They're crazy.
Yeah, they might actually have issues in their life.
Girls that are young have these.
All right, so I want us to pay attention, right? Every woman in here who is over 30, right? Every woman who is in here over 30. Oh my freaking goodness. How do I put this? Every woman who in here who is over 30 was once a 20-something year old young woman who most likely wanted to be married when she was young, most likely. But what she came across, a lot of niggas playing games, a lot of people acting stupid out there, a lot of men who were non-committal, a lot of men who wanted to waste her fucking time. She came across a lot of those. She came across a lot of men playing goddamn games while she was over there thinking about love and marriage and a baby carriage. He was talking about squirting, jerking, and returning to flirting. And this is the type of fuckery that they're teaching men to go out there and do. What is it that the women, it's like they talk about these numbers that they don't want women to have. Don't have these numbers, but yeah, fuck me. Have intercourse with me. But you don't be a slut or a hoe, but nigga, if she has intercourse with you, you are fucking trash. You're not coming in looking for a commitment. You're coming in with just mediocre pencil dick and sweaty balls, greasy dick, and used up limp with bumps around it, dirty dick with cheese and gunk stuck underneath it and not cleaning up under the taint and all of that. You're just bringing dirty dick to her. You're not coming with any type of relationship or any type of settling down. You are just using people's daughters. That's all you're out there doing. So fucking with you is what's going to lead them to being 40, 30 plus and alone unless they leave trash niggas like you alone. And I don't use the N-word lightly. I don't use it lightly. I don't use it as a compliment. What is it that they're offering women? They're not offering relationships. They're just offering dirty, dusty dick. That's it. They're just offering dirty, dusty dick. And it's not like they're coming out here talking about, wow, you know what? We're looking for wives. We want to be out here. We want to help men figure out their issues on the inside and find wives, et cetera, et cetera. They're not doing that. They're just trying to teach men, and they're going out there themselves, just talking about how to get their numbers as high as they can. So it's like the irony of it all. The irony of it all. This is why I'm so glad that they said that they don't like black women. Take that shit elsewhere. Take it elsewhere. I'm glad. And listen, we are not missing out. We are not missing out.
Same standards too. And the thing is, they go through life living their 20s, having fun, but then when they get 30 plus, like, wait, I can't find a man. Why is that?
But what's the problem? They can't get married. The institution that y'all don't even want to partake in.
No, they believe in. You guys believe in nuclear family.
The problem is,
for
that,
sure.
like these women nowadays, bro. Like I'm telling you, bro. You think it's all sugar and spice, but like they want to get lit, have fun, enjoy their 20s, but without any type of like responsibility. And then when they want to find a man, it's like, wait, I've been hoeing around doing this dumb shit, but I can't find a man. Why is that?
A large percentage of young, attractive women in the United States, especially if they're in a major city, have an overinflated sense of self-worth.
New York too.
But
Miami?
It's
crazy.
How about this? We're already going like attractive, right? So we're already taking like maybe top 10% of women, right? So now we
more
got
than that, man.
What is it like top 20%?
Like most guys would smash most girls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They'd find them cute enough.
Even
like, they'd
BBWs.
find them-
Oh,
yeah.
Because I think that like if you're talking about like the top 10% of women, like of course they're gonna have a delusion. We talk about all the time. Like an attractive woman is essentially a celebrity, and celebrities are also delusional, right? Like women get into clubs free, right? They get it. They have people buy them shit
But I'm
all the
saying
fucking
even
time.
average chicks have this ego.
Here's the biggest problem.
Like even
So-
average girls. as well.
See, I think that's cap, bro.
No.
And I think we gotta call them out. I think we gotta call them out on cap because I bet a lot of these girls that say that, I bet a lot of them are like, man, I'd really like a guy to fucking love me and like settle
Here's
down.
the problem
man.
though, social media.
Oh wow, like these girls have a lot of options. Like if you look at a girl's DMs, man, that's gonna make you
Yeah.
realize like, oh crap,
It's
like, who
different
they're
out
talking
here.
to. Average girls are talking to like A-list celebrities, man. It's crazy.
Dude,
It's wild.
I was at
it's very
I was
common.
at Drake's party, right?
But they also know what time it is. Sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
They also know what time it is, right? Like,
So somebody in the comments, there we go, Shay, overinflated question mark. And that's the thing. Their whole purpose is to try to deflate women's egos, deflate women's sense of self-worth. That's what they're looking to do. They're looking to make her feel lower about herself. They're looking to make her accessible. What they want is they want to take the baddie. They want to take that woman that every man wants and try to be like, you're not that special. I can get your pussy, but yet don't be a hoe, right? But any woman who really has intercourse with these dudes is not a woman who really values herself, because she already knows what these niggas is about. They're not about shit. They're not about settling down. They're not about being true. They're not about starting a family. They're out there just interested in spreading dis-ease. Just interested in spreading dis-ease.
Like that, the girl who's going to Drake's party is not going there going like, I think I'll marry Drake. She's going there going, I'm going to party with Drake. Maybe some shit goes down, but I know this is not going to really happen. And deep down, I would trade all this shit to have a fucking husband.
Here's the problem though. The guy
truly believe
the guy that will be her husband, she's dissing him for Future and Drake. And even though she may want the husband, bro, she's going to follow Drake to the end of the earth.
Here's the one more thing
For a chance.
Here's the other thing
We
too.
hang out with different girls, bro. I mean,
Once a girl deals with a guy of a certain status,
Yep.
it's very difficult for her to go back. So socioeconomically and status wise and deal with a regular guy. That's what I'm trying to say. So like an average girl gets exposed to a certain lifestyle, certain
How many
caliber of
women do
guy.
you think Drake is fucking?
It's very difficult. A bunch.
Like there's
no, he might be fucking
I ain't
enough.
saying
No,
nothing.
no, but to his point, real
But
quick,
it's very
I think-
difficult for them to regress socioeconomically and from a status standpoint.
You're 100% right,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
like I think a lot of those girls are the side pieces of a famous person, and that's not hard to regress from. Matter of fact, they might look at it as pushing forward if they got a guy who's still doing well, but at least you just not sitting in this fucking hotel room while this famous dude is out here with his wife. And
Like they'll marry
Taste them, man.
They'll marry the dude and still go with the celebrity. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Yeah, they may want that.
I need to take y'all out, man. Meet
Bro,
some nice
around
girls, man.
every
I
day.
need-
It just shows you. It shows you how they get curved. Women have, let me tell you, women have this thing, well, humans have this thing called oxytocin, which is a binding chemical. Women produce this at a rate 5 times greater than that of men. And if you are, there's a reason why women are cheating on you. There's a reason why. There's a reason why. And a great portion of that reason is because you're not listening to her and what it is that she's telling you that she needs. You are trying to get her to fit into the mold of only what it is that you need and to hell what it is that she needs. And she is continuing to go out there attempting to be fulfilled because you don't have what it is that she needs to be fulfilled. You don't. You're not doing something. You're not doing something. A woman is more likely to be faithful to you than any other human. More likely. And if I don't.
Take y'all meet some nice, sweet girls who don't care about this
we
shit.
have. We got some in the back pocket, but like, bro, I'm telling you, it's not easy to find.
We talk to women every day.
They believe they deserve.
Did you hear how he said we got some of those nice, sweet girls in the back pocket? But who's in the front pocket? Who's the girl that he was taking on the yacht and doing all this other stuff?
A guy who has the feelings you have about them. You see what I'm saying? Because their comfort zone is, I'm a predator. Maybe I ain't shit. I need a guy to kind of treat me as if we're fighting over this thing of dominance, right? So the girls that are reaching out to y'all don't even realize that their fucked up mentality is going to persist the belief you guys have about women. You're not having some girl going to church on Sundays hitting y'all up like, hey, let me take you to church, see what's happening.
That's 1,000 girls you talk to. There's 190 million in the U.S. You know what I mean? Like you hit a very specific cross section in Miami. Girls who are going to want to come on this podcast, want to talk to you guys, look for validation. That's not even the average woman.
Hold on.
But we bring in a lot of girls from
all
different
over the
places.
world.
Girls flying to come on the show.
Canada, America,
They're still-
Europe.
But they still want clout, right? They
These have changed a lot. And I get where
And I just want to highlight this. The types of girls that these guys attract, that's what their energy is attracting. These dudes are not alpha. They're not interested in relationships. They're not interested in being true men. They are interested in being tricks, community peen, some sort of fake pimps that are really simps. They're interested in holding that role, being a beta buck, his pencil dick energy, and trying to treat a woman like a prostitute instead of a relationship. And that's why they attract women like that. Like the girls who come on the show, they're coming on the show just like the girls who go on to Kitten Heel's show. There's something about his super feminine, abusive energy that attracts them. Like even when I was watching this, like these guys are not my flavor, and I'm glad that I'm not theirs. I couldn't imagine. Imagine me next to one of these dudes. It's not my thing. I don't. Ugh. Like even editing this was a lot on my spirit. So the type of women that they attract with their talk and their rhetoric and calling women bitches and talking about how they're man whores and all of this, what do you think you're going to attract? What do you think you're going to attract? You're going to attract the type of women who you deserve. Simple as that.
I'm not saying, guys, that all these girls are terrible. Oh my God. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm simply telling guys,
Be
especially
aware.
guys that have something to lose, that got money, that got, status or whatever it is, just play defensive, because like you have a lot more to lose when you get in a relationship with a girl, especially if you're getting married in today's day and age with the way the divorce courts are set up, family court,
Don't
etc.
I know it?
You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying is that I want guys to go in with their eyes wide open and understand that you don't want to get into a contract necessarily with someone that's incentivized to break it. And that's what marriage is nowadays.
But even
I just need us to pay attention to this right here because this is an important part. Remember, this is the truncated version, so everything that's here I feel is important for us to listen to. Who does he claim that his audience is? I just want you to hear what he says right here.
Validation. That's not even the average woman.
Hold
But
on.
we bring in a lot of girls from
From
different
all over the
places.
world.
Girls flying to come on the show.
Canada, America,
They're still-
Europe.
but they still want clout, right? They
Things have changed a lot. And I get what you're saying. I'm not saying, guys, that all these girls are terrible. Oh my God. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm simply telling guys,
Be
especially
aware.
guys that have something to lose, that got money, that got, status or whatever it is. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm simply telling guys,
Be
especially
aware.
guys that have something to lose, that got money, that got, status or whatever it is. That have something to lose, that got money, that got, status or whatever it is.
How many of you out there, think that men who got money are coming to them because they need their help with getting women? How many? How many? How many of you out there think that that men who got money are coming to them because they need their help with women? How many of you out there think that that is true? How many? I want to see. They're pretending. Listen, a man who has money and status to lose, nakers, they don't need your help. You all are in Ethan. Golly. You all with your beta energy and the foolishness. A man with money and something and status and all of that, he's what you're doing is you're getting these men to put themselves in a position of a man, to pretend as if they're in a position of a man whom they are not. So that you go out there feeling the projection into another man's existence because that man is not you. A man who has money doesn't need your help, fresh and fit, because whatever it is, unless he got this money as an inheritance and he's sitting around, look, that money's gone anyway because he's just gonna blow it anyway because he doesn't know how to handle it. But a man who works, a man who is more alpha, who knows how to earn, They're not coming to you to try to teach them how to get women. Oh, no, they're not. The women are coming to them. And even those men, listen, like I told you, there's going to be a woman out there who is going to get that snapper down on you. And you're going to fall back in your seat. You ain't going to know what to do with your damn self. Oh, she's going to do something to you. Her energy, her conversation, her personality, you're just going to enjoy her. Let me tell you, when you have that right connection with a woman, let me tell you, it's a beautiful thing. It is a beauty. When you have that right, when I tell you, listen, when you have that right connection with a woman, there is nothing like that, to have your girl be your partner too, and somebody whom you enjoy. Listen, I know. Listen, I know. I'm a woman, and I know that even the toughest of men will melt into the arms of the right woman. He will drive coast to coast. He will empty his bank account. He will offer his life to protect yours. The man who finds the right woman for him, that man who really resonates and vibrates with you, oh yes. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, I know. He will go to the ends of the earth. A man who enjoys spending time with you, a man who has a connection with you, whose sense of humor is similar to yours, it's just seamless. It's just seamless. Huh. There's nothing like that. And these men are so stupidly going out there trying to pretend as if here. All right. There was somebody who had to get themselves blocked. I didn't even bother to look at their name, but when they go to try to comment, they'll know who they are. But you're out of here. Let me just say this. I'm going to say this real quick for anybody who doesn't know, right? I'm not like some of these other women out there. I don't have these holes in my esteem. I love myself so deeply and so completely for who it is that I am, where I am. And I was tested with the ultimate test when I ended up living in my car, right? And if you can love yourself when you have nothing, not even the ability to take care of yourself, when you don't have all of the things that you thought were who it is that you were, you can love yourself in your lowest state. You can love yourself in any state. I'm telling you all that right now. And I love myself completely, fully, and totally. And there's just nothing. There's just nothing there that a person can, on the outside of me, that can say to me, that can deteriorate in any way my esteem and my self-love. That's just as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So as I was saying, the right woman who you have that connection with, there is nothing like that. There's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. And it's not it is a thing that is spiritual in nature. It's a thing that is spiritual in nature.
Just play defensive, because like you have a lot more to lose when you get in a relationship with a girl, especially if you're getting married in today's day and age with the way the divorce courts are set up, family court,
Don't
etc.
I know it?
You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying is that I want guys to go in with their eyes wide open and understand that you don't want to.
I'm sorry, this is irrelevant. Like I said, he's pumping men up to believe in an existence that they're not in, to try to protect money that they don't have. The average Black person in this country really has very little. Most households, the woman is working as well. And if a person enters into divorce court with assets that they acquired during the marriage, you goddamn right. Those assets need to be divided among the people who participated in the relationship to help you be able to earn that money. But gone are the days that, first of all, most women are not staying at home. And if a woman, I'm just going to say this right now, if a woman needs alimony from you, like in a divorce proceeding, part of the reason that she needs the alimony is because she did not work. Nigga, fuck you think this is? Why do you think that it works that way? That you can attempt to control a woman and keep her at home and then just leave her and then she's homeless? No. It just doesn't work that way. The government doesn't have a vested interest in having homeless people out on the streets, but in their control and in their abuse, they want you to suffer without them. They want you to fall and falter. They want you to be there as a part of the partnership, doing the things necessary in that relationship to assist you, to walk on your arm, to pump you up, to give you that intercourse, to put the battery in your back, all of that. The caretaking of the family, and if you're the things that she did in that relationship that assisted you in being able to earn that money, and vice versa. She deserves her half. Run her money, because you all are a business, an entity, and she is your partner. And you signed your name on the dotted line, and you entered into this partnership, and the assets that you acquired belong to the union. But they want to leave you with nothing. This is dumb. It's like, she's not going, most women are working nowadays. She's not going to get alimony, but those assets need to be split. I don't understand.
Get into a contract necessarily with someone that's incentivized to break it, and that's what marriage is nowadays.
But even before marriage, like just like dating in general,
yeah,
you know, you don't think that it'd be like cool perspective if you had a relationship with someone you really believed in and like had different values than a lot of these girls that you've been talking to and even dating? It's a terrifying way to date. You might as well just have sex with them and leave them if there's no way that you could build a future with them.
Hey man, go to Colombia or Eastern Europe.
I mean,
You'll be fine.
I just say is chicks.
You hear this? Go to Colombia or Eastern Europe, you'll be fine. I don't know if you heard that because he said it really low.
It's a terrifying way to date. You might as well just have sex with them and leave them if there's no way that you could build a future with them.
Hey man, go to Colombia or Eastern Europe.
I mean,
you'll be fine.
So what they want is they want a person who is economically disadvantaged. Listen, what he's saying is he wants a woman who is economically disadvantaged. He wants a woman who comes from a different area where she may not have many opportunities, and you have this American passport and these things that she desperately wants and needs. Colombia is, from what it is that I saw out there, they weren't really, they in terms of the US dollar, they weren't doing well, right? But what you want to do is you want to go to another man's patriarchy, the women that were raised under the governance of those males, and how his protection and provision created the women in those societies. And you want to go there and then attempt to try to pick the fruit from another man's tree, and you consider yourself alpha. This is the part that's really ridiculous. This is the part that's ridiculous to me.
I just say is chicks, you know, that come from.
You gonna get married, bro? I already know.
Me?
It. You gonna get married in 3 years,
I'm gonna
bro.
take some steps to do it. I ain't
3
gonna do it
years,
here.
you gonna be married,
I'm not gonna do it here.
locked up,
We're invited,
twins.
though. I'm coming.
Yeah, I'm coming to the wedding, and I'm speaking at that shit
you
too.
know what?
I'm speaking at that fucking wedding. I'm bringing all this shit back up.
I've only been to.
It'll be in the Middle East.
I think
Black girl too. It's gonna be black Sudanese.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I wanted you all to hear this part because this guy on the on the right, Schultz, right? He's like, you're going to be married, bro. 3 years time, you're going to get married. And I'm going to come and bring all of this stuff up. Amrou Fudl would make a terrible husband. He has not self-reflected. He has not done the work. Stop thinking that the redeeming power of a woman's pussy is going to convert a man into a good person. He hasn't done the work. He hasn't done the internal work. He hasn't healed his wounds. He hasn't done what it is that he needs to do on the inside to be a good person, let alone be a good partner. He's going to say later on, this man has never even had a long-term relationship. He's inexperienced. He doesn't know how to be a boyfriend, and he damn sure doesn't know how to be a husband. And we're just like, this is, and then Schultz is like, and it's going to be a black girl too. Do not wish that on any black woman. And then I don't know if you all peeped what Fudl said. The woman is going to come from. Listen.
And all this shit
Nah,
back up.
I've only been to.
It'll be in the Middle East.
I think.
Did you hear that? Where did he say he's going to get married at? Listen.
Only been to.
It'll be in the Middle East.
Did you hear that? Clap if you heard that. Clap if you heard that. Then the fuck is you doing, bruh? Why you having intercourse with all of these girls in Miami? You already know that you're going to take your Sudanese ass back to the middle. You're going to go and you're going to go to the Middle East to find you a wife who hasn't been run through by men like you. So what the fuck are you doing with all of these men's daughters out here? You have no intention of marrying them, but you're trying to posit as if what you are offering and presenting is better than an alternative. An alternative of what? All you're doing is increasing her numbers. That's all you're doing. You're not offering any stability. You're not offering a family. You're offering nothing but your pencil dick, your bad attitude, your... I was going to say some things that were going to be inappropriate. I'm going to keep those to myself, right? But he's out here on the prowl, on the rampage, running through women as if this is this is of no benefit to any of these women. It's of no benefit. How many people here think that this man would make a caring, attentive lover? How many people out here think that he has intercourse that would even feel good to a woman, let alone the small dick energy that he has, the pencil dick that we can imagine just from his attitude alone? Who imagines that this man getting on top of you would feel good? Him poking around up there. Imagine him with his long ass gangly arms crawling atop you in the bed, trying to nuzzle his face into your neck and trying to poke around inside you, jabbing up against your cervix. Ugh! 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 Imagine his lips quivering above you. Oh, I think I'm gonna go. Ugh. With his knobby knees. We already know he's whack in bed. We know that. We know he's whack in bed. He doesn't even think that he has to hone his skills. And to be quite honest, if I could be honest with you all, I'm going to say this. He seems like the type of person who is not turned on by typical intercourse, by typical sex. He seems like the type of person that requires a different something to turn him on, whether that be pain, violence, scat, a necro or Anastasia fetish or that type of stuff. He doesn't seem like he gets turned on by just normal placid intercourse. He doesn't seem like, it seems like there's some weird things going on with him. Yeah. I'm sure you all feel that too. I'm sure you feel that. Yeah. Can you imagine? Does he even seem like he can yam cat good? Can you imagine him attempting to lick between your legs with his nose jabbing at you and his mouth, his lazy tongue and his lazy attitude there? Can you imagine? I just no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No.
Only been
It'll be in the Middle East.
I think
Black girl too.
Yeah,
It's
no.
gonna be black Sudanese.
Because even though we say, not all girls are the same or whatever, even though the hardware might be different, a lot of the software is the same. And, women from the West in general have a certain way of thinking when it comes to how they deal with men, etc. And a lot of guys are able to see that real time in 1080p, live. And I think
Guy's biggest fix for
That's
this
what she said,
is
isn't
to,
it?
is to become the best person possible for himself. So fitness, mindset, and money.
I think we both agree.
At that point, he's seen by women now as, you know what, he's an option. Before that, I don't want to see him, or I don't really think he's a good option for me. That's the biggest problem here. Guys are invisible. So black, white, Asian, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you're not on a certain level of security for a girl,
Yeah.
is she gonna marry you? Probably not.
Yeah.
And let's say she does marry you. Oh, you know what? This is boring. I'm gone. Divorce. Lost half your money. Is it really worth it? No. So become the best person you can be. Money, fitness, and finance.
Yeah.
And then go from there and learn how to date.
I think we all agree with that.
Yeah.
Guys are genuinely like nice dudes that got fucked over by like bad women, like in your life maybe, that like came in and like finessed you and like fucked you guys over.
And so a man on the podcast can feel their hurt. He can feel their hurt. He can feel their hurt. He knows that these men have been run through, taken advantage of, and discarded. He can tell.
fear would be that your audience of people that really trust you.
Especially Fudl. Fudl is the type of guy who was always seen as the token black friend, and he could never really escape his niggerdom. That he likes white girls and ambiguous. He doesn't even seem like he likes ambiguous girls. He seems like he likes white girls, but they always considered him the black guy, and maybe they took him for a ride because he was the closest thing that they could come to that was black, and they just wanted to get their black experience with him. But they never really took him seriously. They knew that they couldn't take him home to mommy and daddy, and he continuously tried to prove himself, prove that he wasn't just the token Negro.
To look up to you would then learn. You're teaching them how to go down a path to be defensive and scared of women, and then they could potentially finesse and fuck over other women that were innocent, had nothing to do with it, and then they become the women that you're talking about.
Yep.
Well, we're not as,
Yep.
okay, just because if you don't know going into it, you're gonna be like, yeah, she loves me for me. Probably not. So it's like, okay, no, understand who you are, what you want.
Why wouldn't she love you for you? You're great, bro.
Andrew.
Hey, bro.
Listen. How they tell on themselves. I need you to hear that again. They don't like him for him. He's like, yeah, seriously, bruh. Listen. Seriously, bruh. Listen.
Just because if you don't know going into it, you're gonna be like, yeah, she loves me for me. Probably not. So it's like, okay, no, understand who you are, what you want.
Why wouldn't she love you for you? You're great, bro.
Andrew.
Hey, bro.
Stop the cap, bro. Stop the cap.
Hey,
bro.
you know what it sounds
Why
like?
wouldn't she love you
Hey, you
for
know what
you?
he
What's
sounds
wrong
like?
with you, bro?
Andrew, you know what he sounds like? Somebody who been hurt by women.
Bro, tell me.
You see this? He doesn't feel as if he is worthy. He doesn't feel as if he's worthy of a woman loving him for him. And the dude is like, you're great. And he's like, stop the cap, brah. Stop the cap.
So it's like, okay, no, understand who you are, what you want.
Why wouldn't she love you for you? You're great, bro.
Andrew.
Hey, bro.
Stop the cap, bro. Stop the cap.
Hey,
bro.
you know what it sounds
Why
like?
wouldn't she love you
Hey, you
for
know what
you?
he
What's
sounds
wrong
like?
with you, bro?
Andrew, you know what he sounds like? Somebody who been hurt by women.
Bro, tell me what happened, bro.
Never.
What Drake do to this girl, man?
You never been hurt by a
never-
woman?
You telling me your girl didn't come back with hot sauce in her pussy? You telling me? Are you
Hey, man.
telling me?
OVO, I don't know what's going on here, bro. I don't know what's going on
No, come on, bro.
Yeah, no,
what
I mean,
happened?
here's the thing. In this world, it's either pimp or be pimped.
Yeah.
So if we can arm
No,
guys
it's
with the
not.
tools,
What is
not.
that, dog? That's
Hey,
what I'm
man.
saying. Your views are very black and white. You're too old to be thinking like this.
Word.
hey man, well, we can have different worldviews, but if
Yep.
we look at it, it's pimp or be pimp, baby. So I'd rather equip the guys with the tools so they can go out there and navigate the dating marketplace
don't
in a
wanna
way
pimp.
where
Yeah,
they
you
won't
don't think
get
that's
finessed.
a dangerous mindset for the world to have?
Did I pimp my wife?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, or
Hey,
is she
man.
pimping you? Same with all of us. But like, not for real. Like, what if we're also telling you that that's not the experience, and that maybe there's experiences you've had, and being in a fucked up dating scene like Miami, right? And we know it could get wild, especially if you're going to like these types of parties. You got a lot of girls that are like literally paid to be there. And they might be paid to do other stuff as well. So if you're interacting with these girls, I can understand how you like grow a little bit of fucking resentment. You're like, where are the good girls at?
There's no resentment over it
Yeah.
in a way where
I think that's altruistic of you.
yeah.
Like, I really do. Like, you're like, I want you to be safe. I want you to be protected. Like, I'm going shark diving. You're like, bro, can I give you this fucking metal suit that you put on? So just in case the shark does bite you, you're looking out.
Yeah.
You're actually looking out for these people. You care. My feeling is that you have a little bit skewed version if you think it's pimp or be pimped. It's like, bro, you don't like, how can you develop a loving relationship with somebody if you're constantly going, am I pimping or is she pimping? That's dangerous.
Here's the thing. One person in the relationship, whoever cares less has the leverage, and we want the guy to always care less.
That's
We want the man to
wild.
always
That's-
have the
what you have to do to yourself as a human being. Do you know what you have to do to yourself as a human being to always care less? You will never live a full, thriving life. You will never. As long as you are constantly attempting to never care fully about another person, this is how you end up single and alone, because you numb yourself to pleasure, you numb yourself to pain, which ultimately numbs you to pleasure as well. This is ridiculous.
Childish as fuck.
And
bro.
you guys might not like
That
hearing
is
that.
childish.
But
And Sing is going in.
less has the leverage, and we want the guy to always care less.
That's
We want the man to
wild.
always
That's
have the leverage.
childish as fuck.
And
bro.
you guys might not like hearing
is
that.
childish.
But we truly feel
I'm not.
that
These
you
aren't
have to-
new beliefs, bro. You're not telling me some shit none of us have ever heard. We all heard this from fraternity guys in college. I'm saying there's room in and I don't have a problem with a lot of the stuff you say. I just think there is room for growth. And you guys' refusal to acknowledge it almost kind of proves it to me, confirms it to me that you guys are not willing to grow right now. And that's fine. That's some ego shit. We're just saying there's room for growth. A very mature answer is, yeah, probably. If you say that to me, I'm sure I got room to grow. Y'all are literally saying, nah, we know how it is. We're in Miami. I bet if you go to Idaho and see only 2 bitches are getting flown out of Idaho, you'd be like, oh, the world isn't like this. We're just asking you to look and take an assessment of what you say and what you spread and be like, okay, maybe there's room for growth. And y'all aren't even willing to do that for an hour and a half.
I mean, I truly feel that
That's your opinion, bro.
yeah, that's your opinion.
See what I'm saying?
I don't care.
What
What
we
you
say
guys
is
have a platform. You
with,
say whatever
with
you want.
men and women. One part I say that she got the prize. The
I
man
hear-
has
I
to be
hear
in that
that.
position, not the woman.
I think we both want to feel like we got the prize, though. And I think
Yes.
that's the best relationship.
Yeah.
It's like the best sale or the best business.
So you see, listen, so what he's trying to do, he says, and I want you to hear their mentality. I don't know if you heard that because I had to cut it. But he's basically saying that he wants the woman to feel as if she's the one who got the prize. People are so dumb. People are so, this is, the part about this that is ridiculous is he's just setting men up. He's setting men up for failure, and they're listening to him, unfortunately, and they're trying to take these shortcuts into being a pimp and not getting pimped, and they're learning to try to numb themselves, and they're really just only shortening their own pleasure in life.
Move is like you do something where you feel like you got the best and they feel like they got the best, right? Like that's
I didn't notice this before because I told you I was sickened when I was watching this. I want you to see something real quick. Look, I want you to just peep Sing. Look at his face. Look at his face. I want you to just peep his face. Look, I'm gonna rewind this just a little bit. I want you to just look at him. he is over this conversation. He's over it. Look at him.
Man has
I
to be
hear
in that
that.
position, not the woman.
I think we both want to feel like we got the prize, though. And I think
Yes.
that's the best relationship.
Yeah.
It's like the best sale or the best business move is like you do something where you
Look.
feel like you got the best and they feel like they got the best.
He's
Right? Like
turned
that's
away
the
from
perfect
them.
deal
'Cause
that's
he's
made.
just-
Perfect, but it doesn't happen like that all the time.
I'm not saying it does. And I think that like to act
Be in the best position because men lead, women follow. It's always been that way. And we want the guys to have the leverage in a relationship because if you do, your girl's always going to feel like she has the best option that she can get. That's just the way women make select. They want the best and the brightest. And for her to feel that way,
Yeah.
she needs to constantly be chasing for your validation.
Babe,
and I know you guys might not necessarily agree with that.
Why would he feel that a woman needs to constantly be chasing for his validation? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. She's gonna go out to the store in her yoga pants and somebody's gonna validate her all right. Because while she's chasing for your validation, there's gonna be another man giving her the validation. And she's going to be getting split in the middle. She's going to be out there. You think she's going grocery shopping and a man in the grocery store squeezes some tomatoes just right. And she's so starved for affection from you that the next thing you know, her yoga pants are down around her knees and that man with the tomatoes in his hand. Oh, this is a dumb game to play. This is a dumb game to play. People are dumb.
That's fine.
But it's it's basic human psychology.
That's how you get
evolutionary
cheated
psychology.
on,
Yeah.
bro. That's how you get cheated on
Yeah,
because you
that's
got a girl
hard.
chasing validation she's never getting, and all of a sudden a dude pulls up on her and he's like, "Man, you're amazing. I want to give you all the validation."
I'm not saying ignore your girl, but what I am saying is that she needs to understand that you are the prize.
And you can also think she is one.
Yeah.
Yes.
She doesn't have to know it though.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
She don't gotta know it.
I'm saying, yeah.
Clarify that maybe that's
Have you guys had long-term
Yeah.
relationships?
Yeah, but we
Listen, do you think they've had long-term relationships? Do you think they've had long-term relationships? I need you all to answer. All right. If you think that the thin, tall one, Amrou Fudl, if you think he's had a long-term relationship, right? Go ahead and put up, let's see, what should we put up if you think he's had a long-term relationship? Go ahead and put up 3 hearts. If you're on a computer, just do the greater than sign and a 3. Go ahead. Put up 3 hearts, right? If you think he's had long-term relationships. If you know, let's say, listen, if you think Frog, the short one, if you think he's had long-term relationship, let's see, I don't know. I don't even know. Listen, I'm just gonna go for the survey. Let's just go for the survey. Here. Let's see. Hey. Let's see. Hey. Somebody said with each other. Hey, this part of the video is sponsored by my knockout earrings. I am going to be closing up sales this coming week, so make sure you get your pair on my website right now. These are the size 80s that I wear in my videos. There's another size, the 70s, so you can see the size comparison. You all are so funny. Thank you. The link to my website is in the description. You can go ahead and go over to TanyaTKO.com. These are 18 karat gold plated. They are lightweight and they last years. I got these made last year. I wear them in all of my videos. They're sturdy, they're light, they're beautiful, they are plated in gold, they have the Knockout logo, and you can support the show by getting them. So wonderful. Let's get back to let me check the apples. Let's get back to this boondoggle over here. Let's get back to the boondoggle.
So what?
How long?
Okay, go ahead.
So hold on, just to answer that question as well, because like at the very beginning stage, you're trying to figure out who she is and she wants to figure out who you are.
Listen,
Real
bro,
connection.
It's like you guys have to build something together.
You build a connection, but like for me personally, the way I do it is I just have other girls. Like whoever I'm dealing with, she knows I'm not gonna be monogamous.
That's healthy.
And actually, what that does is it keeps her on her toes. Women always get in line when they know you have other women in line. It's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? When you have other girls, women are on their best behavior.
To that one person, and if you
if you think that you're going to have other girls, that she knows you're not going to marry her, and that she's faithful to you just sitting there waiting, this is how there were so many men that ended up alone in the pandemic, because they thought they had so many girls, but those girls were with other men. When this pandemic hit, those girls were with other men, and many guys had to confront the fact that the girls that they thought were sitting there waiting for them were up underneath other men who were giving them what it is that they need. Because water is always going to travel the path of least resistance.
keep playing like the cat and mouse game, it's gonna get exhausting for her, man. And she's gonna go to security. We all go to emotional security, and if you're not her emotional security, it's gonna be something else. And I think that's why those pickup artist dudes flamed out, is because they realized the skills that they used to get the girls were not the skills that they used to maintain them.
Shallow.
So it's like, what's that?
It's shallow.
It's shallow, right? And it's just exhausting, and you're actually not building something real, and you're keeping this person in a state of perpetual fear, and you're doing that because you're in a state of perpetual fear, so nobody's comfortable. Eventually, you both need to let the guard down and be like, listen, are we in this together? Are we going to build this? And we can argue about human nature all we want, but like...
You know what? I want you all to really listen to this, because Schultz was off base in the last video that we did where they were talking about race. Schultz was off base. But I want you to listen to these men being schooled by a man who has been there and has experience. This part is so important. I'm going to rewind it back again.
How long?
Okay, go ahead.
So hold on, just to answer that question as well.
Notice that they didn't want to answer the question about whether or not they've been in long-term relationships. Listen.
Have you guys had long-term relationships?
Yeah, but so what?
How long?
Okay, go ahead.
So hold on, just to answer that question as well, because
see,
like, at the
change
very
the
beginning
subject.
stage, you're trying to figure out who she is and she wants to figure out who you are.
Listen,
Real
bro,
connection.
it's like you guys have to build something together.
You build a connection, but like for me personally, the way I do it is I just have other girls. Like whoever I'm dealing with, she knows I'm not gonna be monogamous.
That's healthy.
And actually, what that does is it keeps her on her toes. Women always get in line when they know you have other women in line. It's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? When you have other girls, women are on their best behavior.
To that one person.
Listen.
And if you keep playing like the cat and mouse game, it's gonna get exhausting for her, man. And she's gonna go to security. We all go to emotional security. And if you're not her emotional security, it's gonna be something else. And I think that's why those pickup artist dudes flamed out, is because they realized the skills that they used to get the girls were not the skills that they used to maintain them.
Shallow.
So it's like, what's that?
It's shallow.
It's shallow, right? And it's just exhausting, and you're actually not building something real, and you're keeping this person in a state of perpetual fear, and you're doing that because you're in a state of perpetual fear, so nobody's comfortable. Eventually, you both need to let the guard down and be like, listen, are we in this together? Are we going to build this? And we can argue about human nature all we want, but like, marriage is an institution, be it religion or not, that has existed for a long time. I'm literally rolling the dice on it. I'm gambling that I can build something with it. I saw my parents do it. You know what I mean? I've seen other people do it, and I've seen it flounder as well. But to act like it's not a possibility.
Yeah, nobody's marriage is invincible. None of us are saying our
100%.
marriage is invincible.
And we're all gonna fuck up, and we're all gonna say things that are disrespectful, and we're all gonna be treated a certain way by our partners that we can't fathom they would actually do. But ideally, you're committed enough to build back from that and restore that thing that you guys are building together. That's my only fear. My fear is that if you keep on playing this game, where you're like, I got to keep her a little bit away, I can't keep her comfortable, I can't let her feel secure, you're not going to actually feel that love from a woman when she is secure. And that's a powerful thing, man.
I had to give him a standing ovation on that one, Because what type of life are these guys leading men towards? And it's not a fulfilling, happy one. And this is why people have to stop listening to unqualified people giving advice that they're not qualified to give. Neither one of them has had successful relationships. Neither one of them know how to be in a long-term committed monogamous relationship. Neither one. And they don't even know how to, they're not even doing what it is that they claim that they're doing well. The one on the right is a trick. The one on the left, we see him that, listen, I got, people sent me some more photos that look very fishy. A man with no shirt shaving his face, his head resting gingerly on another man's shoulder. Oh, his mouth open for the tea bag. Listen, okay, I'm not going to be ignorant. Let's continue going forward.
When a woman feels secure, bro,
I mean,
and when she is secure, and that's a powerful thing, man. When a woman feels secure, bro.
I respectfully disagree a little bit. I'm gonna say, like, I always say you don't want to grow comfortable. Future bitches don't get too comfortable. Like,
comfortable.
Because when they're uncomfortable. But here,
listen, he's modeling himself off of Future, a man who lost Sierra, who his son is in another man's house learning how to be a man. Listen. Future has a bunch of scattered, broken homes where other men have to teach his children how to be men, teach his daughters what a loving father is like. Future is going to be one of them niggas who is in an old folks' home long after his career is dried up, and the women that he was running around with who he thought cared about him are gone. He's going to be there in his diapers and Depends with his legs feebly in the air as a nurse's aide takes her fingernails and tries to scrape up his rectum to get the feces out of there because he's too feeble to do it himself. His children won't visit and there's nobody there for him. Future is going to be there with his body ravaged from the lifestyle that he's lived, with his kids who love another man and call another man daddy. His DNA may live on, but his influence won't. He has not molded any children into responsible human beings. Future lost Ciara. He lost her. And if you know, like today's woman is, you would lose you would lose the seed too. I'm just saying. If you know, like today's women, they're not playing those same type of games. You're gonna end up the loser. And he's like, keep them on their toes, Future. And the white guy has to tell him that man is a loser. Listen, he says it.
I respectfully disagree a little bit. I'm gonna say, like, I always say you don't want to grow comfortable. Future bitches don't get too comfortable. Like,
comfortable.
Because when they're uncomfortable. But here's the thing:
He got 7 baby mamas.
I'm just using that as a quote. But in general,
We know how many millionaires are like that though in the world.
I grew up
There's many.
Muslim, so
There's many. There's many millionaires.
Oh,
like
you
that.
got the religious loophole where we just get, God is on our side. And you say you grew up Muslim or you are Muslim?
I am, but yeah.
Okay. Practicing.
So, yeah. Well, no, I need to get back on it.
So
I'm not
practice-
praying.
So Fudl says he's Muslim. Which part of the Quran instructs men to go out there as man whores, having intercourse, unwed intercourse, fornicating about the place and calling women bitches and all this, that, and the other? Which part of the Quran is that in? This guy is so sad. He is so sad.
No, I need to get back on it.
So
I'm not
practice
praying
when
and
it's
stuff.
convenient. I got you.
Yeah, but
so I'm Muslim for multiple wives. But not Valley bacon at
let me
breakfast.
get back on it. I'm gonna hit the mosque, but no, just in general, like I've always had that worldview that like a man can have multiple women, but not the other way around. Men and women are not the same whatsoever when it comes.
I
to
don't
that
think
regard.
the guys have for sure be like, man, it'd be nice to have multiple women. But can I build the thing that I want with multiple women? I don't know. I don't think so.
I think you can. It's just hard.
It's
hard.
hard.
It's not because you're going to be
easy.
managing
It's
multiple
hard.
women. You're
It's
going to
not
be
easy.
managing, so take
I just hope you guys grow up a little bit because the way
So I had to cut that part because then they started laughing and joking and making jokes and stuff like that. I want you to hear, they don't have what it takes to maintain one healthy relationship. How do you think you're going to maintain 4? Any man who has ever been in a successful relationship knows that it takes work. It takes you showing up and opening yourself and being vulnerable and building and really getting to know another human being. And these men, they think that it's going to be something different than what it really is. Maintaining 4 households in an equivalent way is impossible. It's impossible. His hair is already falling out too. Oh, please.
you do view the world is very immature, but
That's your opinion.
It comes with life. It is my opinion, but I just hope you guys grow up because it's like this part of the messages that you are teaching your listeners. It's not good for society.
Part of it's really valuable. Not all of it.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree. Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, we can agree to disagree, which is totally cool. No problem. I mean, if you guys have your views on our
100%.
content being immature,
You
totally
guys have
cool.
to get married. And that is
I
the
was
end
married
all be all.
at one point.
What did she do to you?
I
bro?
knew it. I knew one of
What
y'all was
did she
married.
do to
I
you,
knew
bro?
one of y'all was married.
And you was never hurt.
And you
Yeah.
never in a long-term relationship?
So I think Frog admits that he was engaged once. Let's see.
I agree with that.
I mean, we can agree to disagree, which is totally cool.
Let's
no
listen.
problem. I mean, if you guys have your views on our
100%.
content being immature,
You
totally
guys have
cool.
to get married. And that is
I
the
was
end
married
all be all.
at one point.
What
Oh, he says did he say he was engaged to be married or he was married at one point? Let's listen again.
I agree with that.
I mean, we can agree to disagree, which is totally cool. No problem. I mean, if you guys have your views on our
100%.
content being immature,
You
totally
guys have
cool.
to get married. And that is
I
the
was
end
married
all be all.
at one point.
What did she
He
do
said
to
he
you?
was
I
married.
knew it. I knew one of y'all
What
was
did she
married.
do to
I
you, bro?
knew one of y'all was married.
And you was never hurt.
And you
Yeah.
never in a long-term relationship?
Like with marriage.
No, just like a multiple.
So Frog claims that he'd never been hurt by a woman, but he also claims that he was married at one point. So he went through an entire divorce and was never hurt. That just shows you that he is a shell. He's turned himself into a husk of a human being where he now is pretending as if he doesn't have any feelings. And what did he get married for? Anybody has a right to feel hurt when a marriage ends, when you have to mourn a relationship that you thought was going to last forever. Oh my gosh.
Year girlfriend type of thing.
With other girls.
Oh,
having
but it was never
multiple-
exclusive.
No. That's stupid. Exclusivity.
It might be stupid, but if you haven't experienced it, then it's hard for you to say if it's good or bad, right?
I genuinely believe.
Thank you. He got called out on it. He's never been in a long-term monogamous relationship. He's never been in a long-term. I'll rewind it a little for you.
That's stupid. Exclusivity.
It's like they're like children here talking to adults.
A multiple year girlfriend type of thing.
With other girls.
Oh,
having
but it was never
multiple-
exclusive.
No. That's stupid. Exclusivity.
It might be stupid, but if you haven't experienced it, then it's hard for you to say if it's good or bad, right?
I genuinely believe as a man, if you get to a certain point, it is not in your best interest to be monogamous.
but
I
you've
don't
never
think you
tried
should.
it, and it's never worked for you, so it's hard.
No,
right?
I've done it with like one girl that I'm like, this is not fun. I'm just like,
But
all
maybe
right.
she wasn't the right one.
Nah, man. Because I've always said like one woman can never sexually satisfy you. Like a man's.
Oh God, we're gonna listen. This is what I'm saying. His points are so toxic. I'm gonna read some of the apples and come back to this. Yeah, let's read the apples. This is unbelievable. All right, Essence sends $2 and says, these dudes love making up stats. Average, most. Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. Toby sends $10. Thank you, Toby. Yeah. Jasmine sends $2 and says, when black men say they are the prize, that is feminine. Yeah, I feel you exactly. Exactly. Dominique says, fish and fishermen will be in hospice together. And listen, I don't think they're both going to live as long as the other. But, I can understand the type being in hospice together. I can understand the type. Let me give you a heart so I know where we left off. Oh, let's get back to this draining conversation. God.
Like, a man's sexual thirst is like almost insatiable. Like, he's gonna want variety. Like, guys always
Wait
want
till
variety.
your late 30s.
You know what I'm saying? They want variety. So it's like she could handle
Right.
your emotional needs as a woman, but by
Right.
herself sexually, no, you're always gonna want other women. Men like different colors and flavors. It is what
and
it
what
is.
you guys are talking about is evolutionary. None of us can deny that evolution
Listen,
is
this
hardwired
part
in
is so
every species.
important.
That the man is sperm is very cheap genetically, so you try to fuck everything and procreate as much as possible.
sure.
It's hardwired in us. What you are also overlooking is that in humanity, we decided to stay monogamous for reproductive success. Because at the end of the day, we need that kid to stay alive, and the best way for us to do that is monogamous. So if you're gonna
All right. So he says something that's really important. He's talking really fast because I guess he's over these dudes, but I just want to expound upon this. And we talked about this a little bit the other day when I was in my car and I made that video and I was like, why is it that for far too many men that they reduce themselves to the behavior of beasts and they use beasts as excuses for why they participate in certain types of behavior? And what Singh is saying on the left is because we are evolved, because we are humans that have the ability to think logically, rationally, and use our decision making and willpower and our critical thinking, right? We have made the choice as man to be monogamous because it is in the best interest of our offspring. Listen, the family unit is in the best interest of the children produced from your loins. Hey, exactly. When you care about yourself, you care about your offspring. And when you care about your offspring, you want what's best for the child that you are helping to create in this world. So does Future really care about himself producing children out there in many different households whom he is not overseeing the raising of? Like, there's so many men out there that are like, oh, especially there's so many black men. I'm going to say this because I've only seen this in the black community where they're talking about, oh, the black women messed up these boys and these men, these women, because black women don't know how these children were raised by black women. It's this, that, and the other, right? But I'm going to say this. Hear me. Deciding not to be there, deciding not to show up affects how your child is raised. The best relationships are the ones that are 2 years apart in age between men and women, right? But men typically like women who are 7 years younger. So I also hear this. Teenage pregnancies, the vast majority of teenage pregnancies occur from men who are grown, right? Like, it's not little boys getting these teenage girls pregnant, it's grown men. So they want to get with these inexperienced women, these women who didn't love themselves, who didn't have the internal consonance and constitution to be able to be upstanding. They go and they get these girls and impregnate them, these young women and these girls. I am making the distinction between the two because some of these men are impregnating girls. And when these girls are ill-equipped, when they don't know how to raise a child, you didn't choose a good mother for your children, and she is messing and effing up. And you left your child in that environment, that is your fault. That is your fault. You left your child with a person ill-equipped to raise them well. That's your DNA in this world. And niggas, for some reason, just don't seem to understand how important it is to nurture the human embodiment of your DNA in this world. They don't seem to grasp that you have to take care of your children. You have to raise your children. You have to show up. You have to participate. You've got to be there. You've got to be there for your children. You've got to have a hand in how they're raised. You've got to pick an equipped mother who can co-parent with you, either in a long-term monogamous relationship or just co-parent with you in separate households. And you have to live close by them. You have to show up there in the morning and take them to school. You have to be there after school. You cannot effectively raise a child from another state. I got the hiccups. You can't effectively raise a child from another state, and abandoning your child is a form of self-hate. I don't see how anybody who loves themselves could leave a part of them out in the world defenseless. They could be hungry. They could be alone at night. Somebody could be touching them, and you don't know. You're not there for your children. You're trash as a human being. I'm sorry. And a lot of these men want very young women because they don't know better. They don't know better.
Talk about evolution. Monogamy is also evolutionary.
That is true.
Yeah, but polygamy works as well. It works great for the family because you
If
have
it
multiple
works-
women, and then they
if
all
it
care for the
worked, we
children
would do it.
collectively.
If it worked, every culture would adopt it.
Most men
There's a
can't-
reason why
most
we
men
don't.
can't do it. They can't
That's
do
why
it. They
most-
want to,
Because
but
it
they
doesn't
can't.
work.
No, they don't have the
Financial means.
values and means to
For
it.
sure,
That's the
for
reason
sure.
why.
I guess what I'm trying to say is
No. It doesn't work. Men. I was surprised to hear this, and I talked about this in a video. In the video where we refuted these points, it's men who chose monogamy. Men. Because in a polygamous society, most men, they won't have women. They want to be able to settle down. They were getting mad at the men who had the harems and the 100 wives and all of that. Meanwhile, they were sitting there all alone. Men disbanded polygamy. Men disbanded polygamy because they did not want a system in which certain men had all of the women or most of the women or the prime, youngest, most fertile women, and they were sitting there alone. Men don't want polygamy. Men, as a society, have chosen monogamy. And then they try to pretend as if it's women who really want monogamy when it's men. We live in patriarchies all across this world. It's men who have chosen monogamy. If you didn't know that, you learned that today. You learned that today.
is that it makes sense what you're teaching because we teach what we know and we teach what we're experts in. And you're an expert in this lifestyle, whether that's by choice, which you say, or by just not having the experience where you've been in a relationship that's like a loving, beautiful relationship that you want to build, right? You're teaching the thing you know. But you do acknowledge that there are other things out there. You at least know it.
Yeah, for sure.
And they could also be quote unquote right and possible, and that there's a way to teach that as well. And all I would say is like, maybe keep your mind open because you might find that, and then you might want to share that with all the people who really fuck with you and they like what you teach.
And I know a lot of guys like, you know, would be happy with a monogamous relationship and stuff like that, and they want one girlfriend. But to be honest, man, if you gave the guy the choice, hey, listen, man, you can have 4 girls, you know, and hook up with them, or you can have 1 girl. Most guys are gonna want the 4 girls. It's just that the politically correct thing to say,
Not for
is to
marriage,
say,
dog. Fuck
is
that.
1 girl.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
4 wives is crazy. I hear what you're
Yeah, so you hear the men on the panel. The men who are married are like, no, I wouldn't want 4 wives. But this man, this brown skin Muslim dude, Fudl, he's over here talking about how if you gave most men the choice of whether they can hook up or be with one woman, and here we go into the derelict behavior, the depravity, the pathologies, the self-destructive pathologies that many men fall into, where they don't value themselves, their bodies, or their offspring, and they just go out there. Their semen is cheap, they're cheap, and they just go out there willy-nilly. I'm getting tired of this video. I'm not stopping it anymore. I just want it to be done.
saying. I think what happens a lot of times in relationships is you have to make sacrifices for the things that make you happy. And if that one person, being with that one person, makes you so happy in these aspects of your life, you're maybe willing to sacrifice this other thing, right? And
We got way more girls before the show, man.
way more, bro.
Way more. Because we had more time.
Yeah.
We do 2 shows a day. They're live. We're dealing with bunch of
We don't
crazy
travel
girls.
like that.
Girls find our social media. You guys are those misogynists for the podcast. Like, oh, okay, here we go. All right, cool. Move on to the next one. So it's like we actually get less girls now because of the fame, so to speak.
Hey, man, thank you guys very much for
Thanks
coming
for
on.
having
I
us on.
appreciate the
Even
conversation,
though we disagree, thank you guys for
Yeah,
coming
of course.
on.
No,
but this
Awesome
is
job,
good.
man.
And
I wanted you all to pay attention to the man spreading here. Because these two nakers on this show have such beta male energy, right? I want you to see how Schultz on the right-hand side is man spread. Look, you see how he legs wide apart, hands above his head, taking up as much space as possible. Look at him in his little area, smiling and smirking at dude, right? You can see that this guy, he's just gone ahead and spread himself fully out because these men are so beta. These men are so beta that instinctively he just reached out, just spread himself, man spread his legs. He's as wide as he could possibly be besides doing a split. Ah!
I'm keeping tabs on y'all, man. I mean that. 3
Hey,
years.
man, you gotta come on our show with the chicks now.
Yeah, bro.
All right,
Come
not with the
with us.
girls, man. It's too much.
One-on-one.
I'll come and just talk.
And you hear Fro talking about one-on-one. Yeah.
I
Sorry,
appreciate
guys.
the conversation,
Even though we disagree, thank you
Yeah,
guys for
yeah,
coming
of course.
on.
No,
but
wrong.
this is
Awesome job,
good.
man.
And I'm keeping tabs on y'all, man. I mean that. 3
Hey,
years.
man, you gotta come on our show with the chicks now.
Yeah,
All
bro.
right,
Come
not with
with
the
us.
girls, man. It's too much.
One-on-one.
I'll come and
One-on-one.
just talk. We can talk about these type of gender.
All right. Thank goodness it is over. It's over. It's over. It's over. But I wanted you all to hear this one part that I put to the side. It's about mental health, right?
A week ago, we had a guy calling like, "Hey man, I was really in a dark place. I was gonna, do X, Y, Z to myself, and you guys really brought me back." And he went and talked about it, and we interact with our audience, and we do. So on Mondays we have a Money Monday. Wednesdays we have a Womanizer Wednesdays where we talk about dating. Mondays is where we talk about real estate investing, credit, making money, whatever it may be, entrepreneurship.
You just
and then
asking
fitness,
for it.
and then fitness Fridays, right? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's
I think this was pretty much it. All I wanted you to hear, I think, hold on.
more than that. You want the show to be more than like the Jerry Springer, like the train wreck, because you're putting so much more time into the other things. Yeah.
Then he's trying to pump this guy up. What I wanted you to hear is that a guy that they say that men contact them. I'm sorry, I'm disgusted. This thing is so fatiguing to me. I'm gonna show you one last thing before we get out of this video. Sorry, I can't do this. It's difficult. This whole, my bottom is I'm just tired. Let me just say this, right? These guys, if a man is calling you and telling you that he was going to make himself unalive, self-delete, there's certain words we can't say on YouTube, because he couldn't get girls or he couldn't get a woman. There's something else far deeper going on, and he needs to speak to a mental health professional. If a man is talking about taking his life because he can't get, I shouldn't have said that, but I didn't say the S word. If they're talking about making themselves unalive because they can't get girls, there's something else going on that needs to be addressed with mental health. Because if a guy is in that state, and this just goes to show, because in all the years of coaching, I have never heard a woman say, she wants to leave this realm because she can't get a man. It's like men are so dependent on us. They're so dependent on us, but don't want us to know how dependent on us they are. But when you get to that point, there's other things going on. And you need to seek serious professional assistance, not these guys because if that's the way you felt by the time these guys are done with you, you're going to be a lot worse off, because you're going to come across a perfectly great, wonderful young lady. And these guys are going to make you mess it up, and she's going to be the one that got away. So there's going to be one last thing that I want you all to hear. It is because for all of this stuff that these guys are talking about, right? There was a young lady by the name of Anna Quinn, right? There is a young lady by the name of Anna Quinn. Who this guy, oh, where is it? Where is it? Let me find. Here, it's over here. It's over here. This guy, the fish, the tall, skinny one. According to her, the screenshot she posted, etc., he was in her inbox trying to coerce her to have intercourse with him to get on the show. And this is this high value behavior? No. This guy is here. I'll let you hear it for yourself.
That cast the girls to come on the show.
He said, okay, cool, I'm up for that. I'm not going to do anything platonic with you, just being honest. And I thought he was reaching out for a collaboration because we're both well known in the fitness industry. Attractive women are common, high value men are not.
And then they...
So you see, he gets into girls' inboxes, he gets into women's inboxes, and he's like trying to tear down their self-esteem. What type of human being goes on like that? It's like an alpha male does not have to tear a woman down. He doesn't have to tear a woman down. I feel like I did the most in this video. Let me check and see if there's any other apples, and then we're going to dance it out and get out of here. I'm tired. I'm tired. We have a few more apples that have come in. Let's grab these. I'm just tired at this point. All right, let's see. Self-Love sends $1 and says, for the white people berated me on my post. Wait, hold on. You must be talking about the Whoopi Goldberg videos we did yesterday. I love your elegant beauty. Oh, thank you. You see, I'm trying something different with the hair. I just kind of look at that. Isn't that cute? Those coils, those natural coils. I like it like this. I think it's so beautiful. I just couldn't continue to brush it down anymore because I'm growing it out for my photo shoot next month. So thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. And he says it's gross. These guys are acting quote unquote straight. So you recognize your peoples then, is what you're telling me. You recognize your peoples. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't know why they just can't live in their truth or whatever the case may be, because it always starts out like that. I showed you the video of the man who said that women made him gay. I showed you the video already. Listen, go out there and love one another, but most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is what? Go ahead, put up SLL, type capital SLL, and put down the self-love lesson that you learned from this video. To me, the self-love lesson that I learned in this video, you know what? I'll tell it after you all give your self-love lesson. You all ready? Get up and give yourself a little dance. Even if you're not feeling it, 5 minutes of dancing is better than no minutes. Come on. Come on, 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 come on. Oh, I know I'm feeling tired and stiff. Come on. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Come on. Come on. What SLL? Let me see the self-love lesson. Let's see. SLL. Come on, Virgo. You have to type down what the self-love lesson is. Don't just type SLL. You have to put the self-love lesson on there. A. Come on. A. SLL, check the apples. A. Abort these nakers. Oh, Lord. A. It's too late. They're already in the world. All you're going to do is go batter up your womb. A. All right. Somebody wants the Caribbean music, please? All right, get up. But you got to get up out your seat, though. Come on. Come on. Hey. Come on, let's see the self-love lesson. Eat, hydrate, rest, guys. bad. Okay, I'll take that. BM have feminine energy. Be glad when they walk away. Come on, let's see. Stop listening to unqualified individuals, especially when it's pertaining to your life. Yes. Watch these dudes work on self. All right. Come on. SLL, I am the prize. Nobody telling me what they're not eating. Come on. I'm refreshing the apple. All right. Hey, 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 hey. Hey. Self-love lesson, pay attention. And no bad advice. Yes, yes, yes. Eliminate any do-rag. What are you talking about, any do-rag? All right, come on, come on, come on, come on. Hey. Hey. All right, let's see self-love lesson. Abstinence and therapy. SLL, don't settle for a dusty. I know that's right. Come on. What's the self-love lesson? Build your own peace. Real men increase your comfort. They don't question it. Yes. I know that's right. Yes. Yes. Don't let these men belittle you because you are valuable. Yes. 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 Keep your standards high, weed out the insults. Yes, I feel you on that. So, Pang, what are you doing up so late in South Africa? My goodness. I know it's late out there. All right. Let's see. Should we do some funk or some rock? You know I don't know how to dance to the rock. You all have to show me. Here. Let's do some. Come on. Hey. The big hand. Men need therapy too. That's the self-love lesson. I know that's right. Hey. All right, let's see. Hey. Never chase a man. All right. Finger in the socket. Okay. Hey. All right, listen. All right, wonderful. All right, listen. Go out there and love one another. The apples. You all always sending apples at the last minute. Let me grab the last minute apples. Come on. All right, here. Shay sends $5 and says, thank you for educating us. Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you. And Elle says, I like men's and I'm delivered. But you look good. All right. Thank you, Elle. I appreciate that. Thank you. You all are liking the coily hair. Yeah. I don't typically like my hair longer. I like it short and close to my head, but I'm getting okay with this too. So thank you. April's twerking in the store aisle. All right, we're going to give that to you one more again. All right, so listen, go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself, I'd say the self-love lesson from this is really realizing that, like many people said, if you're going to seek advice from people who are living the type of life that you want to live, that are living lives with success at the type of life that you think you want to live. Because wherever you are, there you are. And you've got to work on the things on the inside, because this stuff is not sustainable. The things that they're teaching you are not sustainable, because you have to figure out how to heal your hurt on the inside and become a partner worth being with. That's first and foremost, right? That's first and foremost. Seek qualified guides who are leading you into healthy relationships, healthy unions, healthy interactions. Any person who is claiming they want to be with a particular type of person while calling them out their name, calling them bitches and hoes and all this other stuff, that's not a person who is operating from a space that is going to assist you in really truly elevating as a man, as a human being, as consciousness incarnate. That person is not going to help you get into bringing the world closer to where it is that we need to be to ascend. There's some things that feel good carnally, but when it comes to getting you to the next level of why it is that you even bothered to come here to this earth, as long as you are sowing division and carrying vitriol and seeing people as your enemy and not living up to your highest potential, you are going to be unhappy. It's as simple as that. You're going to be unhappy. You cannot find happiness in a place where you are distrusting others. You can't find happiness there. So on that note, here we go. Hey, come on. I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you all for being a part of this broadcast. Hey. Come on. I will see you all in the next video. Thank you all so much for coming out into this video. All right. I appreciate you all so much. Make sure that you subscribe. Go to the website and get your beautiful earrings. Oh, this is a screenshot right here. Girl looking good. Ow. All right. I will see you all in the next video. Tiny TKO, and I'm out. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. Peace.